What do you think we should be asking ourselves about the person we want to date? It sounds like we want to have every box ticked. They have to be perfect, and they have to be funny, and they have to be rich, and they have to be good looking, and they need a good education. But what should we really be asking ourselves before we start dating someone?
How are my personal insecurities going to ruin this relationship?
Ooh.
I think that's the first and foremost conversation to have with yourself, because we go into a relationship almost blind to our own wounds, and they resurface in the relationship, and we blame them for not providing the medication of a wound that existed before we met them.
That's so true.
Say, for example, you grew up financially insecure and you meet a partner who's actually really nice to you, but he might not be able to soothe all your financial insecurities. You immediately think he's not good enough. Or you go into a relationship being addicted to pornography, and then you meet a woman who's actually just your right level, but you're so used to a hypersexualized, promiscuous woman that you find her boring. Or you go into a relationship not being able to communicate, and then you meet somebody else who's not also communicating, and you don't voice your concerns. So I would say, ask yourself, how are your insecurities going to ruin this relationship, and how do I create a buffer so that doesn't occur?
Because a lot of us, we go into a relationship not thinking where we have insecurities or that we're broken. We're just like, well, the previous relationship didn't work because of them. It was their fault, they did this. But really, it always comes back to us. We chose something. We didn't see something early on. We let something slide. We didn't create a boundary. We abandoned ourselves. We didn't communicate consciously, whatever it is. But we don't take a look to say, okay, here's all the stuff I don't like about me. Here's all my insecurities, all my baggage, all my trauma, all my challenges. The reason why I keep causing pain in relationship, why it doesn't keep working, is because of me. So once we take inventory of our personal insecurities, how can we then create a buffer going into a relationship so we don't self-sabotage?
We make sure that we are trying to heal those wounds without expecting that person to break their back to help us heal. If I know I have an issue with jealousy, I'm trying to work on it, but at the same time, the person doesn't have to break their back to make sure I feel soothed. Okay, I pick consciously, I pick really well because I know that's a wound of mine, but I also learn to embrace and trust the process. Now, when you go in wounded and expect the person to provide you medication, but you don't even tell them what disease you have, we are then going to punish them for everything they do.
Oh my gosh, that's the worst feeling.
Unfortunately, you go in expecting them to be the healer or the doctor to a wound that you didn't create, but you don't even tell them your diagnosis. And as a result, it's destined for failure.
And they're not the expert at healing that wound.
And they didn't cause it.
And they didn't cause it.
They didn't cause it.